Hey, good Thursday morning to you. I am Jalea, along with Julia, Carlos, and Lindsay for our Extra Side of 13 Sunrise. Thanks for streaming with us.
Yeah, we're going to tell you about, unfortunately, going from sun to snow over the next couple of days. Lindsay, don't know if we like that, but I guess it's March in Indiana.
You kind of got to take what you get.
Yeah.
You know, we've been kind of settling into this spring-like weather pattern. So it's going to be one of those situations where we just have to be prepared for this, because I think 1 to 3 inches looks like a good range for this system, and we really haven't had to drive in these unsettled conditions for quite some time. So just want you to keep that in mind. We'll talk more about that in a second, but first, check this out. We've got a big game, of course, as we head into the afternoon. Well, just before afternoon, 11:30 tip-off between IU and Michigan. Wonderful weather today, very seasonal, some sunshine, 48 your high. I do want to walk you through this timeline, though, real fast. So today, good shape. We watch this weather system kind of move in from the west, and it's going to bring in some scattered snow overnight, especially in northwestern parts of the state. Temperatures are going to drop back near freezing to get the day started, but then we get just above freezing in the early afternoon, and that's going to make this a little tricky, because I do expect this to start off as a bit of a rain event very briefly here in the metro around lunchtime on Friday, and then that will quickly transition over to all snow, and then even heavy at times as we get into the afternoon, and that's when the primary road issues are going to be out there Friday night into Saturday morning, because even though this is going to move out around midnight, look at these temperatures of 15, wind chills as low as 5 below early Saturday, going to cause for some slippery road conditions, because we're not going to get back above freezing as we get into Saturday afternoon, and still looking at that 1 to 3 inch range for most of central Indiana. So just kind of prepare now. We got a couple of days here where it's going to be pretty winter-like. Looking ahead.
All right. Well, at least we have a nice looking forecast for later next week as far as jumping up in temperature. So we're here. We're going in here, and then we're going back up here. The carousel of Colts quarterbacks continues as Carson Wentz. He's been traded now to the Washington Commanders, which is their new name after just one season here in Indy. In exchange, our Colts are going to get a second-round draft pick this year, 2 third-round picks, 1 this year, 1 next year. Now, if Carson Wentz starts 70% of the games, that third-round pick becomes a second-round pick. It's all a bunch of just picks. Now, Washington is going to pay all of Wentz's $28 million this contract for this year, which is good, because sometimes they'll make like your old team pay a little bit of it. It's still not clear who we're going to have start at QB for us in 2022, but Dave Calabro's got some ideas.
Jimmy Garoppolo is the name that continues to surface. There's some reports earlier today that Garoppolo and the Colts have had some conversations, but that's a big trade situation. That's probably the biggest name. Somebody mentioned Derek Carr, but quarterbacks are at such a premium right now that there's so many teams. The Steelers still need a quarterback. The New Orleans Saints need a quarterback. So there's such a premium right now. I think this is going to take a little time to play out, see who's actually available, and see what they can do. Mitchell Trubisky up in Chicago, that's another name that's been mentioned. So, it's just a really tough situation the Colts are in right now. It's going to be fascinating to see what they can do to find a quarterback.
I wouldn't mind checking out Jordan Love from Green Bay. He's, he's available now. We'll have to see what happens. Jim Irsay has $70 million to spend on players, which is the highest amount out of any NFL team right now under the salary cap. The thing about Carson Wentz, though, is that he's a good quarterback.
Yeah.
He just never, I don't think he ever, made himself available to become part of the Indianapolis community. He was here, and then they had some issues with his injuries early on, and then the whole did he get vaccinated for COVID or not? There was that question, but he just wasn't out in the community, and I just felt like it wasn't and the same knock that was on him in Philadelphia, that he's not like a team guy where he's going to go have a beer with the guys and so I was talking to one of my buddies from Philadelphia, and I'm like, hey, we got Carson Wentz, when we traded for him, and he's like, you can have him, and so it was like that kind of feeling, and I think we all kind of feel the same way now. We're like, well, all right, well, he was here and he did a good job. And regardless of the fact that they blew the last 2 games of the season, I just don't think he ever kind of acclimated himself to Indianapolis and really wanted to become part of the community. So,
why?
I think it's his personality. I think that's been the knock against him a lot. When he was in Philly, the guys they said they never really knew him.
I have the reason why.
Oh, okay. I think you asked why. Okay.
No, because he actually is Prince Harry. That's
so
the first time. Yeah, he has other things to do. This is the first time I did actually look.
She did whisper in my ear, and I was like, what?
That's Prince Harry. And I know that we have talked about that before, but I'd never seen it in the same way. And then this is the first time I looked at the screen, and I was like, What is Prince Harry
Double
doing?
take.
The
That's
crazy thing
hilarious.
is Prince Harry lives out in Los Angeles, you know, with Meghan Markle. And well, no, but here's the thing: when the Rams won the Super Bowl, Prince Harry went into the locker room, and everyone's
everyone
like,
thought
"Why is
that it was-
Carson
they're
Wentz
like,
in the
"Why is Carson
locker
Wentz in
room
the
after
locker
the
room?"
Super? Is he going to the Rams?"
Yeah, and I remember when we ran that story, and I was like, okay, like I'd never seen it before, but I did a double take that time.
Yeah,
with
you
the screen,
did.
so I'm like, maybe that's the reason why he couldn't acclimate it. He's got, you know, I would say royal
He's got a
duties,
lot
but
of
not
things
so
on
much.
his
Got a lot
mind.
going on. Yeah.
Babies.
Exactly. Okay, so this next story, check out with Will Ferrell. He made a surprise appearance at warm-up for the Golden State Warriors.
And welcome to the floor, your Golden State Warriors.
What? How did I? Oh God! I was like, how did I miss this? Okay, so he
Oh
suited up as the
my
old character
gosh.
from 2008 Semi-Pro. So Jackie Moon and warmed up with Steph Curry and the Warriors. Did I say the title of that movie right? I did.
You did
Okay.
Semi-Pro.
Okay,
Semi-Pro.
gotcha. During their game on Tuesday night, so fans got to watch Ferrell shoot free throws in his signature underhand shot. This was last night. Is that what we said that this was?
Yeah.
I'm like, how did I miss that on social media? I feel like I would have seen this before that. Yes.
So funny.
Semi-Pro is actually a very underrated movie. It's very funny. If
Yeah.
it's not for the kids. It's rated R, but it's a very funny movie, you know. And I'm a big fan of Will Ferrell. I think what he does is
Is there
hilarious.
only one?
There's only one.
Yeah.
So there
Oh,
might be a
okay.
sequel.
Oh,
okay.
marketing
We're
department.
gonna have to run
Makes
this back if that actually does happen and say that Julie, you heard it here first. Julia
Julia
said
break
it.
it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Never know.
Hollywood Insider.
Well, in the middle of the Hunan province of China, you'll find the world's tallest outdoor elevator.
Okay.
It's in the forest, and it's said to have inspired the floating Hallelujah Mountains in Jane Cameron's Avatar. The 100 Dragons elevator is 1,070 feet tall.
Gosh, no.
No.
So this lift consists of 3 double-decker elevators, and it takes less than 2 minutes to complete that trip. Wow.
I will never know.
No.
I'll never know.
By the way, this is the second installment of Avatar, and expected to hit theaters this December.
Oh,
So there
okay.
you- okay.
But you've got your eye on a different movie that's coming out.
Well, it's not a movie. It's
Okay.
Oh, God, I'm
Obi-Wan-
even more confused.
Yeah, he's-
well, because that's
he
the
said clarify.
So everything these days, Julia, we know is like is a TV show. You know,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah,
movies
that's
are
true.
movies are so 2 years ago. So Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is a new series coming to Disney Plus, it drops on May 27th. Why it doesn't drop on May 4th? May the 4th be with you. I'll never know.
maybe
You
it's
missed
an
out on that.
opportunity.
I
That's
know.
a missed
Why are you doing
opportunity,
it in
yeah.
May? Because that's Memorial Day weekend. I got race stuff to do. In the beginning of May, I had nothing. And so it's going to be. I'm going to be nerding out on for all you guys. But it's 2.5 months away. So it's all the nerds. See, we have like you guys, you know, have there's the groups of cool people here, Channel 13. I'm with the nerds. Okay, so all the nerds, and you know who you are. I'm going to come talk to you after the show. But everybody was texting me yesterday. Did you see the new trailer? Yes, I saw it. It's really good.
Yeah. Well, what do you think of the new trailer?
I think it looks really good. Just to
Okay.
hear it, okay, you all nerd out on you real quick, but
Yeah.
just to hear Ewan McGregor's voice as Obi-Wan Kenobi again, to me, that's super cool, you know? And they're talking about Darth Vader's going to be in this as well, to see a young Luke Skywalker. It's really going to be kind of a cool thing. So, and rather than going to see a movie, a Star Wars movie, and, you know, being there for 2.5 hours and nerding out and it's over, now it's an hour-long episode every week, and so I get to, like, spend the whole summer. It's going to be a Star Wars summer.
Oh my gosh. Well,
was
in our
trying to
morning
see
meeting, we were like, so Carlos, when does this come out? He's like, May 25th. I knew exactly.
I was trying to see if anybody had
absolutely
your back
when.
in the comments to see if anybody was
No,
with you
no,
on the.
I'm a proud nerd.
And,
Everyone.
and that's okay. I love
Yeah.
that. I just don't see. But
I
I
know I
do
am. I'm
see.
not gonna
It looks
care.
like Sherry says that she's no way that she is getting on the elevator, and I think that all of us. I think
No,
that all
no,
of us
no.
are with you on that
No
one. I'm not.
way.
Yeah, I mean,
Where
that's
does
probably,
it take you
that's-
to, by the way?
Yeah,
The top,
top of the mountain.
Oh,
to
so
do
just to
what?
hang at the top
to do
of
what
the mountain?
exactly? To do what? I don't know. Maybe there's like a
Views.
some kind of
Yeah.
sky lounge up there. I don't know. That's the only way. Like I'm just not in there for it. And so, they're asking where's the half court. He shot a Will Ferrell apparently had a half court shot.
Okay, well then there we go.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Apparently,
There we
he
go.
made that shot. I'm not sure. And then Tom Brady for the Colts.
Oh,
No.
wait, he did officially
He did
retire.
retire, but I think the Buccaneers still kind of own his rights. 'Cause
Yeah.
if he comes back, he has to go back to the Buccaneers. Because trust me, people are talking about because Tom Brady got ties to San Francisco, and as Garoppolo comes here, they're talking about Tom Brady becoming a 49er for a year. But I think he's kind of like he's still got another year left on his contract with the Buccaneers. So if he comes back, he'd have to come back to the Buccaneers.
All these
So there you go.
stipulations.
My head's
Yeah, exactly.
spinning.
Yeah,
No,
literally,
I'm
that's how
sorry.
I
It's a
feel too.
it's a whole sports thing.
I'm
There
sure
you
there's
go.
a lot of people that are following that. I'm just like, just let us know who the new QB is. And
Yeah.
until then, I'm like, I don't want to.
Speculation.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, a lot of people,
Speculation
a lot of the ladies, they like Jimmy Garoppolo because
I would love it if Garoppolo.
because
Because I have been following him since he played over at Illinois State, I believe, is where we went to.
She's got solid
Nearby.
reasons.
He's got some
And the
connections
stats,
to the
she's
area.
watched
I was gonna
all
say,
of his
you know,
stats
It's
in
me
college.
that's usually aired on this.
And-
Lindsay's got the, she knows the stats. She's
Okay,
got the
I'll-
real
I'll say it.
logistics.
He ain't
I'll
ugly.
tell you.
my wife will tell you.
I'll tell you.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
a bad looking guy.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
Very
There you
easy
go.
on the
Yeah.
eyes.
They call him Jimmy GQ. All right. That's going to do it for this edition of Extra Shot. Thanks for streaming with us. For Jalea, Julia, Carlos, Lindsay, you guys have a great Thursday. Get outside and enjoy it because
While you
the
can.
winter is coming.
Winter's coming tomorrow.
Okay. You guys have a good one. Take it easy.